What's up, my Pugnios? Andy with Tech Influence here, showing off an alternative to those small little mini button lavalier mics here that are out there on the market. Rode and DJI dominate the microphone market, but there are 3 other contenders here that I wanted to throw my hat in the ring with to share with you guys to see what you think. Ulanzi, Neewer, and SmallRig make their own USB Type-C transmitter, dual lavalier, mini button microphones that you can use for your content creation, your vlogs, if you wanted to have your own podcast or to shoot content. Each one of them has their own unique style and approach to the process, and each one of them has their own pitfalls as well. Priced very similarly here. I'm gonna go over a comparison video that goes over the Ulanzi mini mic, the Neewer KM18, and the SmallRig S40. With that said, I do have a relationship with each of these companies here, so I will have the links down below in the description for the product pricing and availability. It does help out as this is a sponsored video. Let's go ahead and unbox each one of these, show them off, and go on location to test their audio. Now we have each one of them laid out here. Neewer has the largest kind of profile here with this nice microfiber bag. Ulanzi has this canvas bag that is nice and drawstring as well. And then SmallRig didn't have necessarily anything to put all the other accessories in, so I kind of carry them separately. Pulling each one of them out, they all have their own way of charging the mini microphone lavaliers. They have kind of this pill that opens up in kind of a clamshell case to kind of show off each microphone respectively. In the demonstration, you saw all of the different features here. One thing to note is that it seems like the Ulanzi has the smallest profile as far as the receiver goes. There was no button on the Ulanzi, except there is the pass-through, so if you wanted to charge, that's available. SmallRig does have a connection button here on the edge and pass-through for charging. What I like about the Ulanzi here is it actually does have a TRS, so if you want to connect into your studio, mirrorless, etc., it does have that output as well as the charge through, pass through, and their tactile buttons. Each lavalier is unique, but each one of them is the size of a button. The SmallRig being the smallest, as you can see there. Neewer having an LCD or the most lights, and then the most discreet, I think, goes to Ulanzi here, as they do have kind of the built-in button that doesn't necessarily have a magnetic back. SmallRig does have the button back here and separate accessory for the clip that you have to store separately, whereas the Neewer does have this button combination clip here that's really nice that clicks to show you which orientation they are. SmallRig has the clips that are really nice and low profile. They also have the little clip for the necklace, and then they've got these kind of Mickey shaped rabbit's foots that I think are the worst, as they do not connect once you clip them off. I could not get this to go back on. I only have one left, and I'm very scared that this is going to kind of peel off. It's a little bit awkward why they decided on this as opposed to the other ones, although the Ulanzi and Neewer seem to be the exact same little elastic muff. You can see respectively, both of them have their clips that are unimpeded, so you can see the difference there. Okay, we're here on location. I've got a regular wireless microphone here from the folks at DJI, but we've got all 3 mics. They're all recording, and now we're gonna go ahead and switch over and show you which one lasts longer, which one actually sounds better. We're gonna maintain a line of sight here as I walk all the way down this nice path, which is about 200 yards away, maybe 600 feet in general. Some of these can actually stretch 600 feet, some can stretch over 700 feet. So let's put down my mic and then do the thing. I'm gonna maintain a line of sight here. I'm not gonna turn around, so we're gonna be walking backwards. So we're about maybe 20 feet away. This is what's important, is to maintain line of sight. I have to keep looking behind me because someone's riding a dirt bike on a non-motorized path, which is kind of annoying. But with that said, hopefully none of my devices fall over because of the wind. Once we get to so we're now at about 50 yards here. I'm at this point right where this tree is at, where I'm gonna go past the tree and see if the transmission cuts out, so you guys can be able to hear whether or not it's still, sounds good or not. I am gonna go off the screen here, but you'll still be able to hear me. So I do not want to turn around because of the line of sight requirement. Okay, so we're about 100 yards away. At this tree I've measured, generally there is line of sight requirements. So once I go behind this tree, you will inevitably see that it will disconnect on some of them. So I will slowly make my way across and behind this tree. We're going to sit behind the tree here now. We have a broken line of sight, and we'll see which one actually picks up, which one is more choppy, which one doesn't even have any video. Get back into view, and coming back into line of sight here, you can hear it, whether it's cutting in or out. You'll be the one to be able to decide that. A direct connection, or at least I'm pointing the direction of the unit here right at my camera so you can see what that looks like. Neewer, Ulanzi, and SmallRig all make these really nice mini microphones, allowing you to be able to make some distance between you and so we're going to keep walking. You can see that that kid keeps zooming past it. But nonetheless, I'm going to try to get to 200 yards. We're about 150 yards away now. And I'm not sure which one is going to make contact. I know that the SmallRig actually has an indicator on the transmitter here that denotes whether it's still connected or not. So I'm just going to use my voice to keep transmitting audio, and you guys will be the one that decides. And then we'll get to about 200 yards and show you where that's at. But that's about it. I think I'm at about 200 yards right now. So this is connected or it's not. I'm not sure if it is. I will turn around and you will hear. I think I'm at about 200 yards right now. So this is connected or it's not. I'm not sure if it is, but we'll head back now. Maybe it'll maintain connection right when I get to that point. I got to about 600 feet away, 200 yards. That's plenty. Some of them tout up to 750 feet. I have done individual videos on each one of them, so you will be able to see and hear which one that is necessarily. So I'll keep walking back, and hopefully you can hear that some do compress the audio. Some do pick up more of the ambient sound, like there's birds in the bushes here. You'll be able to decide which one is doing that compression here, which one is doing removing distortion and peaking. Okay, so that was it in a nutshell. You guys will be really the ones that will be able to determine. I actually think in general, these little lav mics do better with the compression, especially if you're using a DJI with the Osmo Pocket 3. I have not liked how well the DJI Mic 2 does when you're out and about. It feels like it peaks a lot, but it seems like these do a much better job. So you guys will be the ones. Which one's your favorite? Comment down in the comments. Let me know what you think. With that said, which one is the winner? This has been such a hard option to choose from. As you can see, each one of them have a very low profile. All three of them have a pretty robust sound compression here, but I'm gonna say that the Neewer is probably my favorite. I think it has the best features, the lowest profile. It does a great job making it very easy to connect, and I really like that extra suppression mode, especially when it's windy, to be able to cut through all of the noise here. The SmallRig had a very frustrating noise reduction, but I do like how minimalist this is, how small this button is compared to the others. And I think Ulanzi has the most versatile here, allowing you to be able to connect this unit directly into your mirrorless camera through TRS 3.5mm jack. Each one of them has very long battery life, and they are very robust. It's very difficult to be able to decide here, and I think ultimately the Neewer does take the cake. SmallRig has the smallest sound profile, but I found it annoying here that there was no extra carrying case to hold all of the extra accessories. I really didn't like the little rabbit's foot. Ulanzi is the most versatile here, but I don't think it has the best sound quality, and Neewer is one of the more expensive, but the one that's made out of most plastic, but it did have a really nice carrying case, and all the other accessories were really nice to be able to have. With that said, you tell me which one's your favorite down below in the description. I'll have links to all these. This is a sponsored video. Thanks for watching. Andy with Tech Influence. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye.